Show, MRW News. Welcome, thank you for joining us. I've got a packed news slot for you tonight. We've got plenty of news stories and loads of interesting ones, a few debates and all that jazz. So today I went out and we performed at West End Festival, and we did, two dances technically, but we also did another little dance. It was like a group thing. It was Kate Bush, where they all dressed inside red and follow this routine, and we all like do a dance round. That was very much fun. And then we also performed a few of my songs, and it was a very good day out. And there was loads of other performances as well, so it was very, very good. I did do a live on that as well, and I had a wonderful lady called Helen who hosted it for me. So you can go watch that live. See it and see everything happen, and then you can also see my bike video, which has just been put out. Oh, Tracy's put hello. Say hello, Tracy.
Hello, Tracy.
She's we've done a bike video, so this was basically a bit like a bike rally festival thing, and there was just loads of bikes there, loads going on. It was a very fun day out, so you can go watch that as well. So yes, well, shall we crack on with the news stories?
We certainly shall.
This is showing. Obviously, remember the whole way through. Feel free to comment whatever you like, as long as it isn't bad, obviously. But apart from that, comment whatever you like, and we shall read them out. So, what story would you like to do first?
I don't mind. Which story would you like to do first?
I know, usually I put it inside a little section, but we haven't done that. So, we'll go with, should we do time?
Do well.
Oh,
no, I think that's my most interesting. I'd like to leave that as a sort of like a grand finale.
I think we'll
I'm really excited about that one.
Right.
Let's get should we do the litter, and that's the boring one out of the way?
I don't know, because I thought that could be quite a fun debate.
Ooh.
Now this is the debate, deciding what story to do first.
Joe, I think I've got a few messages. Should I do them?
You should do them.
Which story should we do first, even though we haven't told you which ones they are? I've just lost it completely.
Would you want me to read the comments?
No. And leave me out of a job? No, I don't. Thank you very much. So Tracy says, I love Kate Bush and need to catch up. You'd have loved it, Tracy. I'm going to put the video on the smaller channel. It was so funny. They were dancing to It's Me, oh Kathy. And they had to do it so like copying first of all. And Matt, who's helped Matilda loads, he's like 6'3", isn't he? And he joined in as well. It was great. It was great. Yeah, I'll tell you about that size. You've met him anyway. You met Matt. He was joining in. He was really good. Kevin Wood's Workshop says hello, Matilda, Jane, and everyone. Kevin, sorry we missed you on the motorbike night. Yeah. That was really upsetting, and we would have wanted to meet you. Tracy says, what's the story? Neville says, hi, ladies, and well done. Today, it was brilliant, Neville. It went well. I think the sound was a bit kept going off, but it doesn't matter.
I know there was a lot of comments, but I had to. It started raining, so I just had to. I read a few of them, and I couldn't really reply back to them. So sorry about that.
And I was holding it on Matilda's phone, and I couldn't see it. It's tiny as a phone, so I couldn't answer them either. And Tracy says, hi all.
Hello.
Right, you shall begin.
Right, we'll do this story. So. Now this is mainly happens in Italy, where I learn language sort of thing. It mainly happens in Italy, but it does happen in other places of the world where they sell houses for £1. So the reason why this story sparked my interest, I appear to be losing a piece of paper, but oh well, I should remember this. I was looking for houses. As you do. And this garage for sale. Here's a screenshot of it. I think this is in Fleetwood. Now, this little garage here is over £1, can you believe? And it's quite, good size. It's like, just basic size of a garage. I don't know if you fit a car.
Inside.
I don't know if you...
I think you would.
I think you would able to fit a car.
That's a garage size.
Like,
No, I think that's a good size garage. I think they have done, probably only why they get £1 for it, they've done such appalling photographs. That'll go back, you'll fit a car in that.
Yeah, I reckon you will.
Yeah.
So, this is for £1 is this, and this is only in Fleetwood, which obviously, England, Blackpool way. So, it's not like in Italy. So the reason why in Italy they sell it for £1 is because of, when they have, like, young people, they tend to go to the cities for either work or just, I don't know, they feel like it's more exciting instead of the countryside, which, you have these, like, seaside towns and then they're getting a bit run down, not just because basically nobody's there. So they're selling it off for £1 because of the sort of the town council or whatever. They find it more beneficial to basically have people in there than having the houses sell for more, because they basically have these houses, I think, sort of when like people pass away and they don't maybe have anybody to give them to, or they just move out and these houses get left or something like that, then it sort of happens. And also I suppose in places like the countryside and not necessarily countryside, sunny countries, they tend to have it where they always have, second homes, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, second homes. So basically, they're selling these houses off for £1.
Is when they in their own country, from what I'm expensive if they have a second home. So say if they were in Tuscany and they have a second home in Sicily or something like that, you've just thought you got to pay rates on it, I think, but I don't know. So that means that there's not a lot of people who have second homes. That's what I think.
And also, they also go to auction, so sometimes they don't necessarily more. Because obviously, I mean, I was watching one couple and they've got this house, right? And they ended up paying, it was for auction for £1, they ended up paying 19 grand. Which is obviously a big difference. But then again, when you say a big difference, you know, if you got a house here in England for that much, you know...
No, it's not a lot, 19 grand for a house.
Exactly, it's not.
Because if you think about if you've got a plot of land to plan in, you pay 19 grand. But it's not as though they advertise them for €1, which is actually about 87 pence, I think. That they never ever sell for that. They actually do. I know some make more when they get like bidding wars. But the houses, there are some actually selling for €1.
Well, then
Full stop.
The people actually bought a house next door, came up to auction, they bought that for 8 grand. But they said that they thought it just needed like a paint, which obviously it didn't.
Positive. They look on the bright side of life, don't they?
Yeah, I think they are. So
just a paintbrush, love, and probably a dustpan. Not the Hoover. Go on then.
Well, she said a few, you know, new appliances. And then that was it.
Like the floor.
Yes.
And the ceiling.
Yes.
And some of those wall things to hold them up, love.
Maybe even the floor. Doors, well, windows, and so on.
There's no way to put the door, love. That's fallen away.
Yes.
Just put the paintbrush to the side for now, lovey.
We'll go back to it. You know, they didn't think about that so much. So, I mean, would you get a house for £1?
Yes.
But then
they do them in I can't remember if it's County Durham, but Chris was saying about it, wasn't he, that he'd been looking at them and they do sell them for £1 round here. And I remember somewhere else, but I can't remember where it was. And they do, if they get a whole row, not like there where they're doing single houses, but if they get a whole row that's been boarded up, and then they're trying to encourage the first person in, aren't they, to do the row up. But what I liked about Italy, what I was reading the story, was they would rather that somebody came in, even from abroad, and did it up as it was, rather than just knocking it down like here, like Lancaster. The Morecambe they're doing now, aren't they? Just obliterate them, don't they, and put something modern and crap up.
Well, whereas
they want to keep their heritage.
So
it's totally different.
Within 3 years, as well. So it's not like you can buy it and then leave it for another 20 years. You have to do it up. Which obviously, even if you're doing it up, you're still in the town, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
As well.
Yeah, you're spending money in the town. Yeah. And you're going to get the building supplies and everything locally, aren't you? You're not going to go get them from England.
Yeah, so it's...
Or wherever you come from, America. If you come from there, you're going to get it in Italy, aren't you?
So even if you buy it, and then you have to do it in 3 years, and you do it up and you decide not to live there, you still have you've done up a house and brought it to the area, haven't you?
Yeah, yeah.
You know? I think I don't know if because you could just buy it and they don't do it up and they won't say anything, but I think you have to have, I'm not too sure on this, but I think they take some money, you have to do it up and then
some
give it
do,
back to you.
Not all of them. Some do.
So you have to actually do it.
So Willie the Wave says hello, Willie the Wave, and J.R. Bro says hello.
Hello.
Neville, if you put £1 in each, we can buy a village and move in. Sounds good. And Neville says he'd prefer Ireland. And Tracy says to keep the heritage. And Willie the Wave says indeed. And Tracy says thanks, Neville. Oh, there you go. Thanks, Neville.
Yes.
So there you go. We found you a cheap place. You can either have a garage in Fleetwood or a house in Italy.
I choose Italy. It's a good question. If you could go to Italy, where would you go? Because in Italian class we were asking these questions. And if it gets me, it's right. I'm hoping nobody here's my Italian class is watching this. But
you are live.
Yes,
you do know that.
I just don't understand why they've all been to Italy inside my class, right? And yet, none of them, they've only just started the class.
What does that mean?
Well, every single person there has been to Italy.
Yeah.
But if I went to a country, I'd learn the language first.
Yeah, but they might have gone just thinking on a holiday. You had loads of people go to Spain and that, don't they? And they wouldn't learn Spanish.
I would.
Or Greece, they go to Greece.
I did go to France and didn't know that.
And and then they've got there and they've loved it so much, they've thought, yeah, it'd be great. And I haven't been to Italy, but maybe they still speak Italian, whereas you go to some places, don't you? Like, not France, because more like, yeah, Spain. When I went to, I think it was Tenerife I went to, and you try to talk the language and they'll talk over you in English. So you don't get the chance, whereas Italy, I presume they haven't done that. You know, they still speak Italian, if you get what I mean. Obviously, they speak Italian, but you know what I mean.
They say that they do have people, when you go to native, you know, Italians, you know, the proper areas, then they just speak Italian.
Yeah.
You know.
So it's like when we went to Amiens, they did the same, didn't they? So when you were struggling with your French and you were sort of like thinking of a word, they didn't butt in. They waited for you when you were trying.
Yeah.
Like respecting you for trying.
I suppose when we went was the fact is that we were so near the English border, weren't we? You know, it was only a little piece of water in between us.
Yeah.
Just a small bit of water.
She says, have you been looking at your Italian book?
Yes.
Didn't you do a recipe?
No, that's Doris.
Oh, right, okay.
No, we bought a book in Carnforth, and an Italian speaking book.
And have you been looking at it?
Yeah.
Oh, well done.
Well, where would you go? Because I'd quite like to go to, we'll go back to news. I'd quite like to go to Naples to see the volcano. I'd like to go to Rome and possibly Milan. I'd go to Milan. But the thing is, we'd only drive there.
Yeah.
So, you know, we'd have to go through France. And then the thing is, you have to go further down, which Naples is quite far down. Naples is past Rome.
Yeah.
So, where would you go?
Wherever you tell me to, by the sounds of things.
Well, there are the catacombs in Rome. And
I haven't got an urge to go to Italy.
You know?
No, not in the slightest. I'd have gone by now, wouldn't I, if I wanted to go?
Yes, then.
Have I?
Yeah, went to Venice.
Oh, yeah, but that was when that was when I was younger, before I had a choice. When I was still told where I had to go. I haven't gone off my own back. Anyway, moving on.
So, we'll move on to a little story. Now,
Neville says a long trip for Maureen. It would be a long trip for Maureen, but she would manage it, Neville. She wouldn't put a thing wrong. Not now we'll be taking a mechanic, obviously, as well, with Matilda. I would be safe.
driver. Well, actually...
I probably wouldn't even need any breakdown recovery, Neville.
No. Well, actually, about rally driving, Italy do have quite bad drivers. Now, there is a difference between the word
Bentham.
bad. Well, yes.
There must be some Italians in Bentham at past 12 o'clock at night.
There's a difference between bad and what you think is bad. So basically... I mean, in England, there's quite a few bad drivers because they just drive so slowly.
They do, they have got slower.
I mean, they really are getting slower. So, obviously, that's not bad, but they drive fast in Italy, so that's the reason why there's so many racing drivers from Italy. But they sort of, like, for example, if it comes to a yellow crossing, they'll just go past it, if there's a person there. And then also when they'll go through red lights and stuff like that.
Sounds good.
And
sounds a bit worrying.
Well, I need to watch a video and do this roundabout. They were just all over the place.
That might have just been one roundabout, though.
No, really all over the place. Anyway, so now, about 350 people helped pick up 148 kilos of litter in just 1 hour. So now this is in Blackpool. So obviously Blackpool's got a beach and it's a big beach. So they picked the litter up at the beach. And they picked all this litter up. They picked up that much. Who's this? Well, this is. I'll show you this person. So she's obviously
148 kilograms of rubbish in an hour, which is a bit concerning.
Yes. Now last year they did this, and they did it about. It doesn't tell me how many times they did it, but I did hear where. I don't know why.
What do you mean? How many times they did it?
Well, basically they picked it up a lot last year, and they've done over that amount in just 1 hour. Now, there's a slight catch which we've just thought of. Now this might be wrong, but anyway, the person who is head of the operation is called
Kyle Woodcock. And he's head of operations at Sea Life Blackpool.
Now he says that the litter, great that we picked everything up, but basically he says there were some odd objects there, which was a fact that was a kitchen which, you know, not that odd really.
Cooking knife. I don't know what's the difference between a cooking knife, and a kitchen knife, but a cooking knife.
I don't know. And then there's a scooter. Now, this could be one or two scooters. This could have been just a push-on scooter. It could have been an electronic scooter. Now, the electronic scooter, they tend to be quite good.
Like a big Harley Davidson scooter.
Exactly. Now, so they've said that they got this much litter inside an hour, which so I could do that. But I bet the scooter helped. Didn't it now? So I bet they didn't have the scooter last year.
No, when they were adding it up.
Yes, I bet the scooter helped a bit of, you know, the weight. And I bet they'd probably throw a bit of water maybe, you know.
Throw a bit of sand in it.
Yeah. Trying to make it a bit more heavier. Have they put that into the details?
So
No.
So they actually turned around and there was about 350 of them. And anybody got any litter? No, nothing yet. No, Bob? Oh, I got a packet of Chris. Daisy? There was a kitchen knife. What's that you hiding, Pat? A scooter? That'll do. Get it on the weight scales.
That'll do.
148 kilos with those 3 items. That's a good news story.
And now I'm going to show you some pictures here. Now these are of packaged things that don't need to be this packaged, because obviously the world does have a slight problem with packaging.
These are disgusting, are these pictures?
Yes, it tends to be with food. So I'm going to show you these pictures. So now this is a banana, right? That's packaged like this. Okay?
That's at Morrison's.
This isn't Morrison's.
It is at Morrison's.
No, it isn't.
Well, let's have a look. That looks like Morrison's. Has it got an M on it?
No, it's not in Morrison's. It'll be Japan or somewhere.
Well, why are you learning stories about Japan?
No, I'm not. I'm giving examples.
Let me have a look where that is.
No, let me just take control. It's easy.
I think as a news story, you should know where it is. It's in Penn, so it's not Japan.
Anyway, does it really
I
matter?
think that's Morrison's.
Right, can we move on from that? Right, so these bananas are right inside of this packaging. I've got half a banana.
Because Brian's eating the rest of it. That's Brian's banana. That's his bedtime treat.
So as you can see, a banana has its own cover. So why do you need to wrap it in packaging?
You don't need to wrap it in
Exactly,
packaging.
you don't need to wrap it in packaging. So for that one, and then look at these apples.
Oh, that's disgusting. Is that Morrison's?
Mummy, you can't blame Morrison's.
I'm not blaming. I'm just asking. I didn't say it was them. I'm just inquiring.
You can't blame Morrison's for everything, okay?
Right, well, let's go on then.
So that
is disgusting. They look
packaged
disgusting.
like that.
That's just
repulsive. They're probably, been chemicalised, sucked up.
They have been sucked up.
Now these ones...
That's really bad.
These ones are quite bad. Now, I would presume that these are from things like, like when you have a buffet of food.
Well, you see, with avocados, as majority of people that eat healthily will know, they go brown. So that's why they've done that. They vacuum pack the air out of them.
So I'll show you this. Now, avocado is really easy inside its own packaging as well, isn't it?
Oh,
look at that, that's all just sealed up.
And that's really that really tough plastic.
I know, that's what I mean.
Disgusting.
It's really tough, the ones you need scissors for. But another thing, you always find your scissors come inside really tough packaging that needs scissors to open it, don't you?
Yeah.
Every single time you bought scissors, I bet they come inside that packaging really, really tight, really,
If
really
I only could just get you out, I could open you.
But we had a pair of scissors, and then you're buying a pair of scissors, oh God. It comes inside the same packaging, really, really tough, and you can't get in. It happens every single time now, doesn't it?
Right, moving
now
on.
Look at these.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
A carrot, packed like
They're
that.
not even bothered. Look at all the plastic. Oh, all the plastic on the end. They haven't even bothered doing it properly.
I mean, carrots don't even.
They're putting
need
a long
packaging.
sausage and heat.
Yeah,
cut, aren't
exactly.
they? Oh, that's disgusting. It's making me quite. Your news program's making me feel quite sick.
Now this one is Morrison's.
Right, I thought they would be. Oh, that's really bad.
So
that is
piece
terrible. They should be banned. They're trying to ban diesel cars and petrol cars, and look, that's what annoys me. I'm fuming.
And I am going to go.
I'm really fuming on this programme.
I keep meaning.
I wish I was one of those people I wish I was a subscriber and I could comment.
Okay.
How disgusting. I hope you're commenting how disgusting this is.
Now I keep meaning to go into.
Because I haven't got my iPad, you see.
I keep meaning.
You might notice.
I keep meaning to go into the shops and actually taking photos of it in person.
I'm going to go.
I know, I keep meaning. Now look at this one. Right, so this is in
No way!
Yeah. And then they put it inside another piece of packaging.
Disgusting. Oh, it's laughable, but it's not funny, is it? That is disgusting.
I know. And it's got cling foil over it, hasn't it? Or whatever it's called,
Oh, that's disgusting.
kitchen foil.
That is naughty.
And then, this is another avocado
it's
one.
making me feel quite
And the
ill,
other thing is, I saw the price of this.
Depressed.
Alright, guess how much this costs. Guess, and I'll tell you inside a few minutes. Guess how much this costs.
Is it in English money?
It's in some form of money.
Euros?
I don't know.
Well, you've got to tell people.
Anyway, it said £3.99 on it.
Gee.
For a piece of avocado packed like that.
That's disgusting. Is that it? I'm feeling quite sick. Actually, I'm glad it's over.
And,
Did you see I didn't do that?
like
I didn't research that news.
Well, in Italy, going back to Italy, they actually, all the food, they have gloves you use. Now, these are supposed to be biodegradable gloves to pick up your food with, but they have all the food like non-packaged. Anyway, some people are against it, some people aren't against it, and I suppose you have to use a glove every time. Obviously, it does, degrade, go down itself. So I mean, I don't know, would you use a glove every single time? Wouldn't it, like,
Is that your hand?
No.
No.
People use gloves, every time just to fill up the fuel, don't they?
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad.
You're people too obsessed with cleanness.
There's no wonder there's so much plastic and
You need
crap.
some dirt inside of you.
No wonder. I mean, I better do some comments, haven't I, mate? Because I've been so...
I'm
traumatised. I need counselling now. You've really upset me.
Well, you are a fully qualified counsellor, so save some
I
money
can't go on the internet to tell... for anybody to comment who's as disgusted as I am.
Do you want me to look?
This is my job. Stop it being so naughty. Right.
I can see them.
You just have to talk about something while it's going on.
Somebody's put £6.
What's £6?
Don't know. Oh, maybe you said guess. Well done. You have.
Oh, yeah. Right.
You found it yet?
No, I'm going to do it.
Just waiting.
Right. Hang on. Don't know where it's not. I'm back. Have you been looking at your book? That's funny. Tracy says that's funny. And what part of England are you from? Lancaster. Are we cooking? Willie the Wave says, are we cooking any cookies tonight?
Well. This is what I baked. Was it yesterday? No, it wasn't. Was it yesterday?
I think it was yesterday.
Anyway, I baked.
It's not a story deal, though, is it? It's not. But
No.
You can
I
just
baked
say with a
some
day, can't you?
brownies. And these are the brownies. And I baked a BBC recipe. And they've turned out a bit too squidgy. I don't really like them.
Tracy says she hates litter, so do
Yes.
I. Roma says, what's going on here?
We're doing the news show.
There you go. I think there's a heading. She sometimes gives the game away by putting it in the title of what she's doing. And as it happens every week as well.
But if you want into actual detail, you're saying what we're talking about, then we're talking about litter.
Willie the Wave says, loves hot peppers. What's that from? They're just a random.
I think made by the veg.
All right. Sky L says, hi, Team Matilda.
Hello?
Tracy said, no package on any fruit. Bolt says they'll ring you right now. Can't wait.
In
Willie the Wave says, a deformed one-eye apple. It's not your time now. Yummy. Neville says we're still way behind with recycling. It is. Tracy says it's disgusting. Ellie Gibson says a £5. Have you done that one?
Yes. No, it's £3.99.
Because Sky says wasteful packaging. Isaac says shout me out. I'm subscribed.
Oh, well done, Isaac.
Jabro78 says £6. Neville says it is for sale. Jimmy Custom Cosmetics says hi.
Hello.
Soundho Samo says hi.
Hello.
He says it's new.
Well,
Little Miss Everything says hi.
Hello.
And Josepha says hi.
Hello.
Oh, hang on, there's more. Sound says, can I have a question? Can I ask? Yeah. And Roma says, let's see your mother on camera. I am so ill tonight. I'm not even going to be. I'm lucky that I'm here. I haven't been ill today. So I'm sat down helping her.
When we were doing the show today, she had a chair that she sat on. And
oh, so ill. Tracy, I was so ill. You would have been proud of me to even get there. And I just sat there, slumped until it was my time to go on, didn't I? And went, oh, God, I was ill. Rockman says he sells bananas, so that's good.
In Morrison's, they have oranges that are actually so obviously oranges come inside, a cover, don't they? And they've actually peeled the orange off and then put it inside a plastic tub.
And Willie the Wave says, I hope you get better soon. Thank you. I just can't wait. I don't want to rush the news at all, but I just want to sit down and watch some TV, I think that's what I'm going to do tonight. Kevin Woods Workshop says, hope you feel better soon. Thank you very much. And so does Tracy. Thank you very much, Tracy. Hope I do.
So do I.
It was a bad day.
So now we're going to move on to our last story of the night. Now this is a big story. As we were saying last. So obviously you've all heard of the Titanic. It was obviously just very, very famous ship, which very, very tragically sank. Now, it was going from, one moment, I do know it inside my head, but I just read it because I don't want to get this wrong.
Southampton to New York.
Yeah.
And it hit an iceberg in the North Atlantic on the 14th of April 1912. And it sank with a loss of more than 1,500 lives.
So obviously this is very sad and it's inspired, I mean, I can't say a word, but such as
Inspired.
Hollywood films, books, and loads of things, hasn't it? I mean, Hollywood film, I mean, it did mega with Leonardo da Vinci. DiCaprio.
And his paintings.
Well, he did do paintings in it, didn't he?
Leonardo DiCaprio and Kate Winslet.
I did do paintings in it. What has Kate Winslet been in it since? I don't know if it's just I don't recognise it in so different
Oh, she's
films.
been. So that's how famous the film is, because immediately you can just say, can't you, Kate Winslet? And then you say, well, what else has she been in? You go, oh, I don't know. Right, what films has Kate Winslet been in?
Well, I know what DiCaprio.
She has been. She's a good actor. I can
Oh,
picture
right,
it.
so this video, right? And then they were at this event, and Taylor Swift was down, like further along, like 10 foot behind, and nobody was interested in him, and he was just like looking around like blank, and it said on the thing, you know, no longer the most famous person in the room.
You won't be with Taylor Swift, would you?
Well, yeah, but when he was younger, you know, he would have been, wouldn't he? Taylor Swift,
I don't know. She's a pop star, isn't she? They're always getting by their DVDs. Sorry. Whereas with them, they're for the moment, aren't they? They're used to having live people around them, aren't they?
Mm.
With singers.
Well, so what's her name? What was against was Xena? She seems to have a new Batman film.
Oh, I would never know that.
Selena. Oh, I don't know. No, not Selena Gomez. Somebody else. Basically, she said the fact that she liked doing singing, but she just didn't like the fact that everybody wanted to know about lines then, so she preferred to do acting because it was a bit more private, she said.
But there's very, very few that do exceptionally well in both. There was like people like Whitney Houston, wasn't there? And Jennifer Lopez, she's done both. Madonna tried it and she didn't do remarkably well in the acting, and look how famous she is singing.
Did it as well.
Yeah, and again, she's far more famous singer, so there's not many people that can do the two.
But it's also sometimes hard to be, it's easy to be a famous actor, isn't it? I mean, I don't know, I might be wrong here, but is it famous to be easier to be a famous actor? Oh, no, I'm not saying easier, but more known to be, more people that are famous actors and famous singers.
I think what it is, if you're such a big singer, like Cher's done it, she managed it, but if you're such a big singer and Dolly Parton, you when you're watching the film, you think of that person, don't you? Think, oh, that's Taylor Swift, basically. Exactly. You think you couldn't relax to the film. That's why, but I'm not sure.
Anyway, so Titanic. So now this watch here was found inside the rubble. Well, no, sorry, completely forget what I just said there. Sorry. Let me repeat.
In case you thought it was.
In case you thought it might.
So now we're going to tell you the real story.
And the real story was, it was recovered. You want that?
Yeah.
It was recovered by when they recovered the guy's body. So now this guy's body, who had the body was over the richest guy on the Titanic. So he is called. Do you want to say his name?
John Jacob Astor.
Now, John Jacob Astor, but which I think it has his initials on the actual pocket watch.
It does. Well, you should tell them that because it's beautifully inscribed.
Was the most wealthiest man on there, and this I don't know if it says on a piece of paper, but it says how much gold it is, like carat gold. Got a lot of gold in it, basically. So I think it would have been worth a lot inside of its time. Now this has recently gone to auction, so obviously this has been on the Titanic. It's been had all this trouble, which obviously I think sells well. It's got a star behind it. Now this was estimated to get 150 grand. This was how much you take at auction. Is it Wiltshire? Wiltshire. And it actually made 900 grand. And after, but then when you put tax on and fees and auction costs things, it actually went for
£1,175,000.
so obviously quite a lot of money. Now, I mean, personally, I think it would have sold more than £900 and
900,000.
900,000. Yeah, it did.
You were right, because it sold for considerably more than £900.
Yes.
Matilda's right again. Not only are you a rally driver, you're an auctioneer. Well done.
Well, actually, I'm
Oh, valuer.
No, I am, because I think I'm sorry to the man, but I think he's done a rubbish evaluation.
Why?
Well, because
to put it down
it's made
so low.
6
Yeah,
times.
yes.
I just explained all these things this watch has gone through.
Yeah.
And he's put it for 150. I mean,
We'd have paid that.
exactly. You can get a small house for that.
Yeah, so you're going to pay that. But look at the Freddie Mercury auction. It was just so obvious. They were putting stuff for like 60 quid. Well, anybody will buy that just because Freddie Mercury's touched it. So it's so obvious that nothing was going to go for 60 quid.
Exactly. I mean, if it was me, I'd fire him,
Right. Hello, is that Mr. Auction Man? He had gone.
Yeah, going to speak to John and go,
Yeah,
he's
fired.
John. He's John. Said, no, sorry, I just need to speak to somebody else because you see, I can't tell you you're getting fired. So they just come in from somebody else. So he's gone for this, right? And then this is the thing, this is the most expensive thing that sold to go from the Titanic. Now, you should put in thought here that the literal piece of the Titanic has been sold and did not make that much. At least I'm pretty positive. I don't actually know the exact amount. I just know there is a piece somewhere. I don't know if we've seen the piece when we went to the Titanic Museum. There's the actual piece of the Titanic.
Is there?
Yeah. Well, we actually went to the Titanic Museum in Ireland, and I must say it wasn't that good.
It wasn't.
No.
It was unbelievably not that good. It wasn't good.
Because we mainly went to Belfast. I mean, we had to get the ferry, but to go there.
No, we put our whole trip of Ireland round to you because she demanded we went to this, and I said I think it'll be sort of like touristified, and it won't be any good because they won't have that much on the Titanic that you cannot get on the internet anyway, because they're not going to have like the Titanic there. And so, oh no, you've got to go. It's wonderful. It's fantastic. Oh God, we just traipsed around a tourist place. And
paid £30.
And then they did this thing where you sat on God knows how much money it had cost and size to build it, and it was like a seat you can imagine on a like London Eye, one of those sort of seats, but it didn't do that. It didn't go around. It just trundled around, didn't it, in the dark, and then you saw a screen, and then you saw some people that had been some models dressed in clothes that were sort of like digging something, that were saying these were like what they'd be like making the Titanic. Oh, it was hard work, wasn't it? How much did it cost? It cost a lot of money.
A lot of money. And it was just this massive, huge, ginormous building as well.
Oh, it's massive. And it was supposed to be built like the Titanic, wasn't it? But anyway, you got to play the Titanic Hotel, you got to play the grand piano, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. And
so that was worth it. That was worth
going
all the way
for. There was a hotel
for.
outside and I played the grand piano. Just had an event and I just, some people just say, I'm playing, they just go, yes.
So should I do some messages? Because I'm miles
We'll
behind.
finish talking about Titanic.
Neville says feet up chain. You've got a TV now on the iPad.
Disney Plus and stuff.
J Rose says peeling fruit will become a lost skill. Roma says you have a nice accent.
Thank you. Don't know what my accent is.
Neville, you had Michael Jackson supporting you today, Matilda. Yeah. Tracy says it's Mayo Day where I live this weekend. Willie the Wave says, bless you, sweetheart mum. That's me, bless you as well. I know you've heard this before, but some chicken soup with a bunch of pepper in it will help. Thank you. And Tracy says the day has turned into bank holiday celebrations. Yes, so carry on to your bag.
Yes, and also what's your other thing that sold for 900 grand was the violin. Now, personally, I'll show the bag. Okay.
That's the bag.
This is the bag. This is the one with violin.
Yeah. This was the man. This was the man here that sat. This was Wallace Hartley, and he was the one that played the violin to keep everybody.
Man. Now you know.
Yeah, I think you should have a bit longer than that.
As you know from the film,
Wallace Hartley.
They had the band, right, they played the violin to calm everybody down. And obviously, you're going down in the sea, you're playing violin, which I can understand from some perspectives. It would be nice if, violin is your full life to play it, because if you accept, you might not end well and to play violin. which was obviously very nice, and it was probably did calm people down, because I can imagine me. Well, not me. I'm just saying the situation. The fact of being there, thinking, "Oh, this is all happening." You think, "Well, the band's still playing."
That'd be you going, "Can I get a set?"
Please. The piano's just been smashed by all the water, you know. But it's, I mean, it's not.
Well, maybe it calmed him
but...
down. Well, it's happened a lot. It's not as though it's happened yesterday, is
No.
it? If it happened yesterday, it has happened a long time ago. But he might have done it to calm himself down.
I mean, I would say if you thought ship is sinking, and you know the chances, you know, if you accept it, I suppose you'd think at least I'd be happy. My last thing I did was play my violin, because the guy with the guy who did who had the pocket watch, it said that he let me just find the bit. Sorry, it said that
he went down with a ship, but he put his young wife Madeline into the lifeboat and then smoked his last cigarette.
Which I suppose, you know, if you like cigarette, then I suppose you smoked your last
I
cigarette.
don't know how they know these things, though.
Well, that's what I thought as well, yeah. Unless the survivors see him and go, "Oh, well, Jake."
Well, she's lived, I don't know, but anyway, it makes a story, doesn't it?
I don't know whether she would have. I mean, she might have done. I think she was pregnant. She was pregnant at the time, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Or whether they got on a lifeboat because she was pregnant.
I think the people that managed to get on the lifeboats lived, didn't they? If you managed to get on a lifeboat, you did live. They picked them up because it was obviously the cold of the water. I mean, they'd last, wouldn't they? In a ship at sea, in a lifeboat, you would last. It was the cold of the water that was obviously killing them.
Well, I think somebody picked them up. His body got picked up a couple of days afterwards. So I reckon once they sent off that radar, I think they wouldn't have been inside a boat that long. As long as if somebody found them.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They're going to last, aren't they?
Yeah.
Because they had time to get off, get in the boats and everything. It didn't just go plop, did it, straight through. They did have time. It's just they didn't have enough boats, did they?
No.
That was the reason that people died. If they'd had enough boats, they would have probably all survived.
And because they thought they wouldn't sink. They didn't put enough boats on there, which obviously it did.
Mm.
And obviously there's loads of theories between why it sank. So obviously the main theory is the fact of the iceberg, but obviously.
And then there was another theory. That there was a fire already on it as it set off, but they wouldn't, because they had to get to it in a certain time, and they thought they could get it out. They just set off.
Well, also because I think there was like a picture as well with a hole that you know, something that was on it, which they said might have been it. Because I suppose you have, you know, such wealthy people. It could be, you know, pretty much the wealthiest people inside the world, and then you say to them, "Oh no, we're not going on." And you just thought, "Oh, we'll just go for it," you know. Well,
they'll put it out. They'll just think, "Oh, they'll be able to get it out."
I just think, you know, we're fine, but obviously it didn't.
But the actual pocket watch sold for £900,000, but it actually, with commission, was 1,175,000. But prior to that, the violin actually sold for the same price. So they've both actually sold for the same prices, but the taxes and fees on that were only 1.1 million. So it's £200,000 for the violin in commission, but £275,000 for the watch. So in 10 years' time, but it could have been different auction houses, the commission has gone up by £75,000 and £900,000. That's pretty incredible.
I'll say an interesting story. Co-op,
should I get the popcorn?
Yeah, should do. Co-op, you used to be able to get a chocolate bar 2 for £1, didn't you?
Yeah, you did.
Well, now you can't get that now. It's 80p for one chocolate bar or more. You're 95p for one chocolate bar.
Spicy sauce in Lidl, 89 pence. Then it went 99, 19, 149 now.
And I can't remember how many times the milk's changed.
I just think that spicy sauce is unbelievable. Tomato sauce, that was 45 pence.
Now it's what?
I think last time, I'm not 100% sure, but it was over £1. It was about £1.09.
You used to be able to get a Galaxy bar £1, now it's like £1.50, £2, £1.85.
That's just shocking. It really is.
Pack of Maltesers £1, now it's £1. I paid £1.85 today.
Well, I wouldn't have bought them.
I want a pack of Maltesers.
I wouldn't pay for them.
Maltesers. What else has gone up?
Lots of things have gone up. Right. Can anybody think of anything that's gone up quickly? Pasta's gone up.
Yeah.
That held at 29p a bag for ages, and now I think it's about 45p.
The thing is, once everything obviously goes, everything goes up, they always go for the cheaper
They don't go
things.
down. It doesn't go down. Look at petrol.
No,
It does go. People just seem to accept it.
Yeah, because
we can't do anything about it.
They think, well, this is working well.
Yeah.
They're buying it for this, and then they just think, oh well, just keep it at that.
Right, is that everything then? Have you done all your news stories?
Yes, I have done.
Well done, you.
I know.
Well done. So, do you need to say anything?
So thank you very much
Thank you for watching
this. Please do watch my videos which have been out now. So I've got my driving one, I've got my motorbike one, I've got a lot of lives which I've done. I've done one of my changing my what did I change? Fuses.
Oh yeah, you've changed the fuse one. That's
Changed
a good
fuses
one.
and the oil. I was live. I had live in my and I think there was something else. But anyway, have a look at them all. Next week, which I'm pretty what days? It's not the 19th.
I've just finished it off. Willie the Wave says, I love these kitchen sessions. Thank you. Tracy says, me too. Thank you. Willie the Wave, kitchen counter kibbles. Lol. Tracy. Neville, fresh air is still free. They would charge for it.
Well, there's a movie.
They would charge for it if they
There's
could.
a movie where they pay for it. So,